channel. So we get stack versus mobility. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. If Almiril can find good spots to hide the totems, that can be a huge deal.
2, 1, fight.
And Almiril gets the heavy spawn, and Inns gets the mega spawn, decides to delay it for a bit. Potentially did some damage, but the rockets don't connect. And this is a massive delay, 15 seconds at least.
And Almiril is not aware of it.
She will be once he picks it up.
She just heard it.
Oh, trying to go for the close range rail! That was a lot of damage dealt by Inns, and he goes straight for the heavy and picks up the hit scan weapons.
There you go.
Using Slash's ability, now Inns is in full control.
Good rail. Taking out the X.
Doesn't hit a lot of LG, unfortunately. Even hits herself with the rockets. It's extremely low. Who's gonna blink first? Oh, and Inns hits the last rail. Gets himself on the board.
His dodging was just superior.
Getting caught at the rail area.
She only hit one. She needed two to get out on top of that in close encounter. But now she has the position. And if Inns is not deciding to rocket jump up, he won't be able to get the item. But he rocket jumps up anyway.
Inns with a good rocket jump. And gets himself a light armor as well, so he's looking extremely good to fight for this heavy. Almiril leaves the heavy to Inns and gets herself a light armor. And
The stacks are even.
definitely seeing Inns run away with a little bit of control. Not too much, as he's caught here in the rocket launcher area. If he had eaten that rail instead of Almiril, this would have been a very different proposition. And Almiril hiding at the stairs gets caught, and Inns is up 3-0.
There's some tentacle janitor that comes through afterwards complaining about those
With only
darn
2 minutes
kids.
played.
Yeah, it kind of went a little bit on the direction of controlling Slash that is just outrunning her opponent and landing direct rockets left and right.
Oh, an insane rockets from Inns, getting him another frag. And this could potentially be a 5th frag if he manages to find the rail. But he finds the rocket as Almiril jumps down, and Almiril is in a lot of trouble here in map number 1. Already a huge hole to climb out of, and not a lot of time played. Maybe that time will be the what ends up saving her.
Yeah, I mean, the damage that Inns did now was so huge. He had so many direct rockets. He hit 9 and I felt like a third of those were direct.
The hand grenade by Almiril. Oh, and again, Inns with very good rockets.
Yeah, he's just out damaging and out controlling the Slash at the moment, and this leads to a 6 frag lead for the Russian player. And again, good rocket damage, but the lightning gun hurts a lot, and it could hurt so much that Slash actually dies, but he has the Mega to fall back on, so he didn't really took a fight that put him in danger.
And Inns going for the chase, will drop down. Not without fragging Almiril, who misjudged Inns' actions, and well, mentioned the huge hole before, now it's completely massive, the hole that Almiril has to climb, and Inns is running away with the game here.
Yeah, and he keeps just hitting all the shots he needs, so he's never really in trouble in the fights as well. This is going to be, yeah, as you said, a very, very hard job for Almiril, because at some point she will need to be able to utilize the totem overstack, but you can't utilize any overstack if you constantly die and then get killed off the spawn maybe again, or get the totems destroyed that you just placed. The upside though is that Slash is not the most frequent ability users, so a lot of the vials for Amaryl's use, but yeah, the totem gets removed again and she's starting at square one. 9th kill.
Din's
What a good-
always finding that angle to get the frag
Impressive.
with whatever weapon he chooses. And again, going up the jump pad, finds the second rail. Almaryl is very low,
5-minute
and
warning.
With a great
hitting the pillar with the
finale.
rockets does the job. Almaryl can't even put the totems down as they're getting destroyed quickly, except that one next to the teleporter for some reason. Almaryl can't even get the rocket launcher. Inns is everywhere.
The benefits of traveling with nearly 1,000 UPS at all times. Being all spots at the same time. And
Put up a fight.
yeah, when the Slash hits critical mass, it's so hard to stop her because she's so hard to hit. She's such a small hitbox, and then she's so fast as well, so rockets are not an easy prospect as well. And then the Slash player just hits direct after direct as well, so there's not much you can do right now.
Impressive.
And rail after rail.
Stopwatch.
Inns is sitting on 50% rail at the moment.
Good weapon choice and not go for the railgun shot there and just finish it off with a little rapid fire hit scan weapon.
Almaryl can't catch a break right now. Inns is everywhere in this map.
She
Well,
definitely...
Inns finally getting the shotgun.
Yeah, finally. Took him 7 minutes almost. Oh, we see...
Oh, that was a good job by Almaryl, dealing a lot of unreturned damage, but that's not enough. As Inns picks up the heavy.
The stacks are even...
Opportunity for some amazing damage.
I'm taking a whooping here.
Just couldn't finish off the frag. This would have been so nice for her to maybe get some momentum going for the second map. Now she can with a beautiful rail shot. I mean, we're not gonna see a comeback here. I'm pretty sure about that, but
Yeah,
getting some
14
momentum
frags,
going for the
that's
second
right.
map, definitely not bad.
Well, but Almaryl can set herself up for the next map pretty well. Oh, and Inns eating a lot of damage. The totem plus the rail, that is 130 damage right there. Almaryl just missing all of these important rails and missing a lot on that LG as well. And Inns capitalizing on the spawn. Not sure he'll be able to because he's missing these rails, but
Frags left.
eventually hits the one he needs. Well, Almaryl's trying to go for the feel-good
Sticks showing her
gauntlet
face
frag,
around here.
but Inns is not even giving her that.
The purple blender. Trying to blend some of the intesticles of the Slash, but she couldn't reach it. Her arm slots are only so long after all. And the damage output from Inns is just on another level. Shot after shot and direct after direct, even that one dealt 100 damage. What can you do? This is a very dominating play.
Yeah,
And
we
it's-
haven't seen such a dominating matchup in Challengers in a very long while.
Yeah, especially after Amaril looked so great on the map in the previous series, but it's definitely took that from her in dominating fashion. Look on the control difference.
They even end up trading, but Inns gets that 20th frag. The speed of Inns was just too much for Almaryl to contend with.
Yeah, I think only the first 2 minutes were close, but what I'm surprised is, I'm actually glad she just soldiers on. She played the whole 10 minutes and tried to get at least some practice against an in-controlled Slash. But I hope she's not being that she isn't that down and can recover in this few seconds she has now for the next one.
Yeah, and I mean, she has a good matchup on the next map, being the Doomslayer against the Light Champion, which is not that much faster to begin with. The only difference here is the more frequently used Ghost Walk. But I think I can leave that second map now to you, Jones and Rob, and maybe we'll see a decision already.
Yeah, well, let's hope this is going to Amaral, so we have a tiebreaker
Another map,
on
yeah.
the final. Yeah, judging from the picks, I think Amaral has a great advantage. At least stack-wise.
Yeah,
But
and the Doomslayer is certainly a meta pick here. A map where Rocket sees a lot of usage, but Double Jump can prove to be a big difference maker on dodging a lot of them.
yeah, what a Nyx in control is also a force to reckon with. Because every time she is in an unfavorable fight, she can just use her escape option.
Yeah, that get out of jail free card.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight.
So Almeril starts off in the mega position, goes for the rocket launcher immediately, and Inns got VLG and the heavy, so both players stacks pretty evenly matched. Almeril with a little bit more health. Now Almeril with the Holy Trinity can dish out some damage before the items spawn, but there is no separation between them. And Inns, recognizing that Almeril positioned herself in the middle of the map, opts to go for the mega, but trying to play cute, misses out on the item, and Almeril even capitalizes and rails Inns off the spawn. Now we have a little bit of a slower game with Inns trying to slow things down, not really giving too much of the map to Almeril right away.
Yeah, he's practically staying still there. And he deals the first blow onto Amaral. Amaral has the better position to take the heavy. And the following up doesn't connect from Inns, but now they trade a shot, which favors Amaral because she has the better stack, and now she can chase another frag. And gets a third one right after Inns spawns. She takes the portal and they meet again. Yeah, and Inns just had nothing to his name at that moment. And Inns playing a light. Oh, nice real damage there. He might have a good opportunity to deal some damage, but before he's able to do finishing blow, Amaral stacks on the Mega Elf.
Oh, both players being extremely mindful of each other, but Almeril is just not missing any rails. And now we're seeing a situation where Inns is not given a break.
Oh, Almeril demonstrating the double jump of Doom there. She jumped over that rocket.
Yeah,
So
Almeril even choking away those light armors away from Inns.
yeah, Inns just has to do a lot of work to get a frag. And now he deals the opening damage. Everything was gone from Amaral.
Everything worked out for Inns and is on the board. And he will even get the second item. Will opt to go for a fight first. This might be a little bit risky as the Doom guy's ability is a little bit unpredictable. And eventually hits the rail, but at what cost? Almeril will now have a lot of stack over Inns. And for someone who got both items, he's not looking as good as he could have.
Ooh, but now Inns is doing the opening damage.
Almeril risking everything to go for the peak rails.
Yeah, and she wasn't satisfied with the damage she did, so she just lingered there, shopping still for damage, but Inns turned that situation around. He adds another frag to his name, and now only one removed to get a tie. And he deals some great damage. He can use his Invis
From the shadow.
after those connecting shots and finishes it off as soon as he appears.
3. Lead
Oh, and In's even getting himself in the lead.
tied.
But Almiril finds him quickly, trying to force the spawn in the LG area, forces the spawn in the rail area instead. Oh, but In's already in a very precarious position, going for the heavy anyway. And it falls to Almiril's LG. Now LG is not even railable, so it's not like In's can quickly capitalize on it. And Almiril doing a good job here of just staying alive.
Impressive.
Oh, and then insane rail. Great combo kill. Gets herself on the board again and 2 frags up with half the map played.
5-minute warning.
Yeah, and she also has the best position to get the armor. Oh, but she receives a rail to the face. Only 20 health left, and Inns removes the rest and gets another frag. It's still really close. Somehow, Emerald is defending her lead for the last 2 or 3 minutes, but every time Inns gets really close to tie the game. And now I think he's getting a full rotation to his name, which means that even playing a light, he can be quite aggressive, but he gives a positioning to Emerald, who can pretty much steal the item in front of Inns. And now he is on the back foot again.
Giving position on the Mega to get into this LG area. Tribal though, doing a lot of work for Almiril here.
I need a rest up.
Both players extremely low, and Almiril's shotgun does the work. And the Inns gets himself the heavy armor.
Yeah, which means he's in a great position to push.
Almiril not really sure about the Inns' stack. Decides to do a standoff in a really tough position, costing her the frag, and the Inns only 1 frag down. And Inns pushing with ELG catches Almiril doing too many jumps by the heavy area and frags her with ELG. Oh, and the Inns using the Ghost Walk just to escape in the nick of time. And wins himself the Mega this time around.
Stopwatch.
Yeah, he had a great string of damage to Emerald, and as soon as Emerald wants to do something in return, he used his Invis, denying all the damage for Emerald. So now she's really weak again.
Headshot.
That was a good rocket though, keeping Inns on his heels a little bit.
Yeah, Inns turned this around.
Shadows hide me.
Oh, that was almost a telefrag. Oh, but Almiril's tribal is too beautiful, and Inns forced to retreat in a situation where he could have challenged otherwise. Oh, Inns going for this heavy now without the Ghost Walk, but his stack is too good anyway, and he jumps into the shotgun, finishes off his frag. Almiril popping the ability, not sure if that was intentional or not.
Yeah, I was surprised that Emerald could not do any damage to Inns. Inns was below her, but somehow he hugged the wall and escaped a lot of damage from Emerald.
Oh, that was a good rocket. Almiril being a little bit too aggressive here might cost her another frag. But that's him done with a light armor and some bubbles. And Rail keeps her on her heels again.
Impressive. Killing spree.
Try to
Oh, and
keep up.
In's in some very good damage. Gets himself on the board again.
Yeah, his drill is doing a lot of work, opening all those fights up for him. So even if Emerald gets some stack to fight, Inz is doing the opening damage with the railgun,
No, you don't.
which I could imagine is pretty frustrating.
Impressive.
Well, not just
Amaryl.
opening damage, he's dealing a ton of damage with the weapon.
But this time
Amaryl
around,
gets quick.
he gets some lightning gun to the face and he melts. But yeah, 20 seconds left. I think this is done and dusted.
Yeah, Almeral needed to be quicker getting this frag, and Inns with the railgun just not letting that happen. And Inns with almost 3,000 rail damage to his name. The railgun most certainly doing a lot of work, and we have a winner of this week's challengers. Inns gets to play serious next week, and Almeral will be playing Pepco.
Yeah. Yeah, so even if this one goes to Inz, I think pretty convincingly, they both did the job that they came to do.
Yeah, they both qualified. That was the most important. They now have a chance to battle for the QPL spots on week 1. If they get to the finals, they'll play potentially Cooler or Tongs, which is insane to think about. Two
Yeah.
absolute legends of the game.
Yeah, to finish off, let's look at the bracket from today. We say see that Emerald came from the lower part. She won from Positive, then from Energizers, then from Mikey, which was I think she had the most maps behind her name today. But unfortunately in the final Inz took both maps. And Inz was coming from round 2. He didn't have to play in round 1 against Tools. Then he won from Contesh. And he ended his streak in the final. And if we look at the brackets for next week it will be a double elimination bracket. So yeah, who's gonna play serious? Is it
I think it's gonna be Inns.
okay, so it's not at the first place against the second. That's
Yeah, that was. I was feeling a little bit weird as well before.
yeah, I don't. If we look, I think you're right, or this bracket is wrong because Redcon was first last week and he's no,
Yeah,
Garpy was second, right, against Sirius,
Yeah, Garpy was second against Sirius.
and
The bracket might be not finalized for week 9, maybe.
yeah, but that aside, they add themselves to this bracket, and this one will be we will be casting next week on this very same channel.
Exactly.
Yeah, here's hoping we see you all next week. And don't forget the finalists. The 2 players who get to the grand finals will be playing their chance. Will have a chance to play themselves into the QPL. during the QPL tournament.
Yeah, that one will be in December. I don't know the exact date. So.
Yeah, that will be on the finals of the stage, and the QPL is still going on for quite some weeks. We are playing week 11 on this Sunday, like tomorrow, in the QPL, and then there will be 2 weeks after that. So the winners of the QPL Challengers final will not be able to play in the finals because, like, in the next 2 weeks after that, because there's still the QPL going on, obviously. Yeah.
Okay, well then there's only one thing left to do to send you guys to another channel.